What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the den this morning. I don't know what today is. What's today's date? The 17th, June 17th. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody is doing fine and dandy. It is a little wet down here in the city. We got some interesting stuff to talk about. So let's get through the proper protocols first. Y'all know how it goes. I am your host, Ed Honcho, and it is a pleasure. A little slow. I actually got up early. I don't know why I feel still a little sluggish. But you can catch my personal social medias on Ed Honcho HTX on Instagram and Twitter. And as I'm saying, it is an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to get to chop it up with you guys each and every day, morning, night, whenever it may be. So there the people go. I don't know where they're going, but they're going somewhere. They gotta cut that noise out during the stream. Like I can't deal with that. That's inappropriate. It's rude. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're tuning in. And if you're new to this sub and you hit the sub button. Make sure you follow the Den Show on all the proper social medias: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Den Show Live, and Den Show Live at Gmail. If you want to send an email. Make sure you hit that Den Show shop, man. Go get you one of them fancy Den Show mugs. Get you some Den Show merch. And yes, there is ladies merch, and I have my coffee this morning in my Den Show mug. It's suitable for all beverages, even if you need to maybe spice it up a little bit, throw a little bit of liquor in there. It's also, it'll hold it well. Makes it taste better because it's in a Den Show mug. But you're at denshowpodcast.com. Like I said, this week I'm going to be dropping more audio-only content, so you can get it there first. You can catch the Den Show on iTunes and other major platforms, except for Spotify. It's not on Spotify yet. We'll be live tonight, 10 p.m. Central, Den at 10, just like we are today at 10 a.m. Central. It was a little bit tardy. I forgot I had to move something around real quick. You can always call the Den, whether we're live or not, 833-284-3336. You can text the Den, you can call the Den. Like I said, if you got a meme, picture, message, something you want to share, you can send, pictures and things like that to the Den line also. It's capable. If you would like to make a one-time donation to the Den, you can go to streamlabs.com/The Den Show. And there's several methods you can use there. And if you would like to pledge on a monthly basis to the Den, you go to patreon.com/The Den Show. Shout out to Diana, Miss Betty Spaghetti, James, Dan, Goya, and of course Miss Tina Starriot. I appreciate all of the support and having faith in the long-term success of the channel. And I thank you. Now let's see what we got joining us today, and then we're going to get into this conversation. I think because this can be applied over a variety of ways, if you will. So, Miss Meat, you don't know. Right now, I'm kind of in the question myself, because a couple of y'all up there in the running for the biggest freak in the Den is Miss Meat, Kenesha, what's the motherfucking deal? Rashida, what's the motherfucking deal? A, B, Beyond the Funny Nigga, Mike B, Everything Life with Nikki. Shout out to Everything Life with Nikki, motherfucking Nicole, because this was a suggestion that she presented, and I thought this would be a good idea to start the week off with this, with some of the other things that were going on, and with one of the calls that came in last night. I think it goes hand in hand. Baker Man, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. Jess Sarah, what's up, Jess Sarah? Already. Let's see. They always look, hey, because police respond faster in certain places. Oh man. Let me see. Mr. Nice Guy, what's the motherfucking deal? Man, it's going good. Let me make sure I'm not forgetting anybody. And let's get into it. All right, let's get into it. So, again, like I said, I hope all of you are doing well today. Hope everybody's having an excellent morning. What I want to talk about, ethics and the agenda. And someone called yesterday, a lady, I believe Miss Lena was her name, and she was talking about she believes the agenda is real. And I think I agree that the agenda is real because, look at it. Look at what's going on right now, this month. And if you are of whatever sexual orientation, this is not an insult, but this is just an observation in modern times and why I do believe that there is an agenda. Look at all the major companies or at least the companies that have a digital presence, a heavy digital presence. Am I the only one observing how all of these companies are changing their logos into the rainbow colors? Even though it has nothing to do with, they have nothing to do with sex, they have nothing to do with anything really LGBT. It doesn't really matter if you're a man or woman that uses these products. They're kind of, you would think they would be neutral things. But yet everybody's getting into this LGBT thing. Everybody's getting into this pride thing. K Grace, what's the motherfucking deal? Danity Don UK, what's the motherfucking deal? Glad you could join. And Female Pimp, well, you're here, so no complaints. Nah, what's the motherfucking deal? I'm gonna give you a hard time. Kenneth, yeah, thought I saw a typo, but Kenneth is actually here, so there's that. Yeah, and oh, guess what? So My Little Pony is now out. I don't even think the little one really watches that anymore, but if she did have any plans to, it's not, because now they're adding a lesbian couple to My Little Pony. Why, when, like, what is the purpose of having couples in My Little Pony? Like, so you have to stop and think, why are people doing this? It's not to make you familiar. It's not to make you, DeMarcus, what's the motherfucking deal? It's like, it's not to make you familiar. It's not to make, like, were there ever couples in My Little Pony? You know what I'm saying? Like, were there, I mean, I don't know, but I'm just thinking, I just thought they were ponies. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was it. I thought there were a bunch of little ponies that ran around. I don't know. I thought it was already pretty LGBT on its own. But now that they're like solidifying it, you know, it just, because it looked like rainbowy, you know, like Care Bears and stuff. But we already know Arthur had the rat thing. Yeah, right, Kenneth. You know, you just used to watch it. Arthur had the rat thing. You got this. Like, why are these kid shows embracing this? I don't even remember these kid shows talking about regular marriage. I don't remember these kid shows talking about regular relationships. You know what I'm saying? Genuine did have a hit song about ponies. And that 100% Genuine album was a classic. I don't care what anybody says. It was one of my favorites. So my thing is this, like, LaMel, what's the motherfucking deal, man? Glad you could join us. Glad you can join us. But yeah, so, because what you have now is, let's be honest, what the media expects is that most people aren't watching these shows with their children. Yes, they have people who do, but most people aren't, right? Most people aren't paying attention. Most people don't know what's going on. I mean, they do surveys. They have marketing for this. We talked about this the other day. Like, marketing is a science. They know what people's habits and tendencies are. Most people are leaving their kids in front of a device and letting them watch what they want. So for the most part, even though we may be talking about this, most parents are too busy or too occupied or not caring enough to give a shit, right? So the kids are going to get infiltrated by this information without them ever really being able to talk about it. Because the thing about children is, if you're the source that puts a certain thought in their head first, usually that's going to be a dominant thought in their process. And it's going to take more work to get them out of that thought process than it is to get them to understand or to... It's just going to take a whole lot. And I think that's what's going on. I really do believe that's what's happening, man. They are target marketing, exactly. Television program, yes, they are programming them for how they want them to start responding. Because think about it. Think about programs. Let's talk about, you know, programs. We were talking about Bill Cosby was the other day, and some other people. But remember when Bill was America's dad, and I think he had a tweet yesterday, and people were not too kind about that. But there was a different response. We've talked about how when A Different World was on TV, more black people going to college, like how television impacts certain people. It impacts most of society, because then, you know, some celebrity wears a particular style of dress. Now everybody's trying to do it, then it becomes a fashion. People look to this box for information. They look to these devices for information. They look to these resources, I guess, tools, whatever you want to call them, to know how they should act, how they should think, how they should operate. Pardon me, excuse me, I don't know where that came from. In society, right? And it still has a severe impact. And so, the agenda is real. Everywhere you go, every single channel, every single show has a gay character. I remember when I used to think back, I was like, hey, you know what? It would be very few shows. I used to think about like when there used to be black characters. There wasn't a black character on every show. And I didn't give a shit. Because I'd be like, there's always a white character on every show. Most black shows, they'd have you'd have a token black guy, you'd have a token white guy on black shows. But then they weren't guaranteed to always be there. But now it seems like on every show, there's like a prevalent gay character. Betty Spaghetti, what's the motherfucking deal? Glad you could join us. Already. And 49er fans gonna get you. You're gonna be dealing with Raiders and 49er fans. But, and again, it didn't impact me. It didn't bother me. Like, I didn't care. Because we don't want one character being the representation for the whole race or the whole demographic, whatever it is. It's just that character is just a character. It's not that big a deal. But now every show has some type of gay character. It has some type of questionable story that you have to interact with. I think that's something you have to leave to parents. You know what I'm saying? I think that's something that you should leave to people to decide. Now we see Hollywood, where a lot of the media is coming from. We've already talked about Hollywood and the things that they push and the agendas that they push. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. I'm well rested. I slept well last night. Got me a little extra minutes in. Maybe I just need a little sip of coffee to get the brain right. But yeah, and so now what they do is they're forcing the hands of parents. Exactly, Birth of a Nation, the first real motion picture, and it was not that pleasant for the image of black people. But now it's all about infiltrating the children. I told you the other day that and that was my big issue with that Black Mirror episode. I'm going to talk about that in a second too. I'm talking about the agenda. The other day I talked about that on Twitter. It's not illegal to talk about liking children. You can talk about child admiration. We were briefly getting into that, I believe, last night, but didn't dive into it deeply. So you can almost talk about pedophilia on Twitter and some of these platforms, and it's okay. It's not an offense. But then you speak on conservative views, you speak on certain things like that. It's a no-go, right? You have people trying to legitimize pedophilia in certain states. And what I mean by that, by teaching it with sex ed, there was reasons why this was happening and talking about Greek life and things like that. How hard is it to see that we're headed down the same path in this country that has been the downfall of so many civilizations? So many civilizations. You had a level of dominance for so long, then people got comfortable. When people felt like, there were no wars coming to, there was no wars on our forefronts. Once you become, what's the thing I'm looking for? Once you get too scholarly, you know what I'm saying? Once you get too scholarly and everybody's worried about, intellectual aspects of society and not focused on the basics, things start getting real weird, and exactly, who's gay in the first grade, right? Who's really thinking about that in the first grade? Hello, Shannon. How's Mama Shannon? I hope all is well. I don't want no problems. Hope all is well this morning. But it's crazy because, like I say, it's just so much going on. But let's talk about the ethics aspect of it for a second. Do you think the people that make these cartoons, because it's not just one person making a cartoon and pushing out, these things have to pass through many channels, right? they have to pass through many hands. But yet, it still gets approved. Where are the ethics? Where are the people who say, hey, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't be pushing this to children. Where are the people who are saying, hey, you know what? Maybe there should be a conversation for their parents to have. Maybe we should just make entertainment, you know? But why is it just so available? Is it the culture of these networks or these companies or these studios that they look for certain types of people and that's what they bring in to, you know, to help push these agendas? Because like I say, it's a lot of questionable stuff happening everywhere you look around. The media, social media, all the medias, it seems like they're all on one accord to push this agenda. Why is this? What is going on that makes this good? Has this been going on for a long time, but you know, now that with the accessibility, now they're just pushing it to the forefront? Have they been waiting? Has it been a slowly manipulated process? I want to know what y'all think. We're ready to open up the lines here. But I want to talk about that Black Mirror thing real quick and why I said that I feel like it's part of the agenda. Now, Black Mirror was primarily filmed in the UK. A lot of British actors or actors from over there, I don't know what you call them, but I'm going to say British. British Knights. And so my thing about it is this. It comes to America. Now, in over there overseas, they're a little bit more open. It seems like they're almost getting more liberal than anything. It's like America follows suit. But you come over here, the first episode, because I think I'm done with Black Mirror, I'm going to be honest with you. That first episode really just kind of cut it off for me. But here's the agenda, right? Because the liberal media, the liberal agenda is that white men are bad, okay? And don't take this out of context, just listen to what I'm saying. This is their prime number one enemy is taking down the white man. The white man has the patriarchy, and the white man has, you know, all this whatever. So it wouldn't be suitable for their agenda to use white men to target in this first episode, right? And so, all right, Miss Betty, glad you could come through. Hopefully we'll see you later. Leonard, what's the motherfucking deal? You know? And so, Wise, what's the motherfucking deal? And Roman, what's the motherfucking deal? But my thing is this, right? So, ideally, let's go ahead, let's use black characters, right? Because think about it. Think about these black characters in Black Mirror that they use in this first episode. I mean, everything that they did was normally what you would associate with white culture, right? The way they lived when they grew up, the kind of stuff they were doing as far as when they were teenagers, all that other stuff. The only thing that wasn't was that they were black characters. You know what I'm saying? So you use the black characters for this because then that makes it easier to digest. It catches the interest of certain demographics. You know, then it talks about, in one sense, it's targeting the gamers. In another sense, it's pushing this cuckold agenda. It's okay. It's acceptable. You can live a happy life, you know, with your husband being gay and, you know, you going out and enjoying other men. It's just like, it's too much, man. It's too much. Now, hey, if you are into some other shit, do what you do. If that's how you came out with it, if that's how you justify it, fine. But just the whole thing just turned me off. Like, because Black Mirror was never really, unless I just missed it, I never saw him pushing that political agenda. You know, Yeah, the wife accepted it, you know. Just tell me. And you knew she was going to accept it with some of the shit that, like, because, you know, stories when they're written, especially like Hollywood stuff, you can see there's a lot of foreboding, a lot of, you know, language that tells what's going to happen. And you could just see it like, that's what it is. You got it's just too much of it. And like I say, but prior to me, it just used to be about the technology and more about the morality of certain situations. Now it's the sexuality that they're playing with, and just again, just a bunch of questionable activity. And like I say, I think I'm done with it. Like, it used to be a show I looked forward to, and I can't fuck with it no more. But the problem is, most people aren't going to do that. Most people are going to say, oh, it was just one bad spot in the show. I really liked the show. Or there's a lot of people who may not agree with certain agendas that supported Empire. Going, wow, well, the show is just good. It's just good entertainment. Black Mirror, if you can watch the first 4 seasons, it's good. The first 4 seasons is great television. This season started off terrible. I don't even know what the other stories are, and I'm not gonna rock with it. Like I say, you know, when I'm done, I'm done. See what it is, you know, when motherfuckers don't, you know, when it be raining, motherfuckers don't know how to drive. And now they out here all head first. Oh shit, it's still open. Close this. No wonder. Tripping. All right. So, they know where I'm at. They know what a Honcho Studios at if they looking. Tell them go get live. Hold up, baby. But that's the thing though. So what I want to talk about when I open the line is I want to know what agendas do you believe out there. I do believe that there is a gay agenda to make it more acceptable, because you have people who question everything nowadays, and I think a lot of it is just not necessarily confusion, but I think it's I don't know. You get to college and tell me if you get there first, and then tell me what you gonna pay. Then I'll let you know. When you get there, I'll pay you of H. You get you a scholarship, I'll pay you of H. How about that? Deal? So my thing is this. It's like, I think you have a lot of people who are confused, and we can talk about food, we can talk about all kind of other stuff that's going on. And it's so many factors that I know people have and they think of. So I want to know what y'all think. But again, I want to get to the ethics aspect of it too, because I've kind of skipped over it a little bit. But I want to open up the line. I want to know how y'all feel. I've been talking for a bit. And let me do my proper protocols. Yeah, weekday mornings, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Central, live every night, 10 p.m. Central. Den at 10, easiest way to remember it. Make sure you go to denshowpodcast.com. Make sure you're following there, or, you know, that you bookmark it and shit, because, you know, that's where I will be dropping a lot more of the audio to this week. Make sure you go to Den Show Shop. You want that Den Show merch? You want that Den Show mug? You know what I'm saying? I don't got no Den Show coffee, but it is what it is. Make sure you go to Den Show Shop and get your mug, get your shirt, get some of that fresh Den Show gear. Make sure you're following the Den Show on all the proper socials: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Den Show Live, and Den Show Live at Gmail if you want to send an email. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new. If you don't know what's going on, this is the best conversation on the internet. The reason why this is the best conversation on the internet, it is because of you. And I appreciate you guys for showing up. Ed Honcho HTX on Instagram and Twitter if you want to follow my personal social medias. That is where you can catch it. Want to make a one-time donation to the channel, you can go to streamlabs.com/The Den Show. I know some people were asking why the super chat button isn't there. That's where we use the donators as opposed to the super chats, because the super chats are very questionable. We'll talk about that another time. And shout out to the Patreon supporters. If you want to make a monthly pledge to the channel, several tiers there, several rewards. And for those who are asking about how to have access to the old Kush Dens, it's through Patreon. And I got to put together the list of all those URLs and things and titles, so that I can push that out to the people who are via Patreon. So let's open up this line, man. Let's get it jumping. I want to know what y'all are thinking. I want to know what's on your mind. I want to know how y'all feel. Dig up dirt. That sounds like a simping activity you do. Why would all dirt be on record? That would be foolish. That would be foolish. I got jammed up for one situation and one situation only. And then that made you XFL. Shit. You know, see the way my back worked. You know, doctors say I need a backiotomy. What you need to be trying to do, Kenneth, is get you some females, because I'm questioning some of your activities as of late, some of your behavior as of late, Kenneth. I wonder. And I wonder. Already, who we got calling in? Let's see. Let me fix this damn mic. I always know the damn microphone is the issue. All right. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this morning?
What's good, Honcho? It's prepaid.
Prepaid. What's the motherfucking deal, man? What's on your mind? How you feeling about today's topic?
Man, I got something to lay on y'all, bro. So, I forced my kids to do summer track. Okay. Mm-hmm. My son is fast. My daughter is more of a, like, she probably excels more in the 400 and 800, but my son is more of a sprinter, okay? So I got them both doing track. I told them that in order for them to reach their peak as athletes, they got to do track every summer. It's the worst sport. I get it. It's hot than the motherfucker. They got to run, okay? So as you've been knowing, this summer I've been having a lot of kids in the house. Yeah. Been letting my kids do the sleepover thing. I feel way more comfortable doing a sleepover at my house than them going to somebody else's house. Just because the fucking news got me shook. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm scared of the motherfucker at this point. But the one thing I've been doing, the kids have friends come over, is I have a rule to where I have a basic open door policy. Your kids over here, you can come to my house at any time. Yeah. You want to come over here at 10 o'clock at night, you shoot me a text message, come on over here. I ain't tripping. 10 o'clock, 10 whatever time you want to come, I'm cool with that. Yeah. But I require to know everybody's parents. Yeah. Because you're not finna send your kid to my house and you swear something that happened to their motherfucking ass and I gotta go whoop somebody's ass or some shit like that. So that's just how I am as a parent. But back to summer track, okay? My son get out there, you know, he meets his new teammates and all that stuff, and they get in that practice or whatever. And they got a little kid out there. I ain't gonna lie, he's pretty fast. Yeah. Little dark-skinned cat. He could tell he runs track. He understands how to take the inside of the curve. He understands, the wind, the whole nine. But every time they at track practice, he got on one of them little fucking leotard suits. The little, you know what I'm talking about? And kids don't like that shit. Only people wear that shit like Olympians and shit. Yeah. He always got on one of them. I'm like, okay, maybe he's just real good in track. Yeah. So I talked to the track coach. I said, man, Samuel, what's going on with, little guy, whatever. Oh, well, that's just how he likes to wear it, whatever the case may be. I said, well, are all the kids going to be required to get this? Because my son don't like that shit. Yeah. And he was like, no, it's just a personal decision. That's okay. So my son come over and say, hey, Daddy, you mind if he come over, whatever the case may be, instead of night? I said, yeah, I have no problem with that, but I need to meet his parent. Yeah. Well, I meet his parents, Honcho. He got two moms. Now, this is the thing, and I have no beef with the LGB alphabet soup. I ain't got no beef with y'all. No. But of course, one of his mamas is the typical dyke. Yeah. Titty type, take down, dreads, tattoos, neck tat. I'm just like, what the fuck? The thing about it is, and I haven't told my son this shit because my son don't know this is a woman. He ain't put two and two together yet. Yeah. So I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let his friend tell it, whatever the case may be. So I meet him or whatever, and we talking, and I kept the. So what I did was I kept the conversation about track. I'm like, hey, my son like your son, they friends, and he want to sit out of the house, but I want to, see if it's okay with you, and this is gonna sound funny, but you gotta ask, do kids have any allergies? Yeah. Does he have any allergies? Can I feed him? Oh, he don't have any allergies or whatever. And she was like, will they be sleeping in the room together? Or I said, well, in my house, yeah. I said, because he has a sister, so your son can't sleep with my daughter's room. Yeah. And she said, oh no, I meant because I don't really feel comfortable with him sleeping around other boys. And I said, well, ma'am, there's gonna be 3 or 4 boys in the room. I don't really know what to tell you. I don't know what you're hinting at, but this is how it works. And I said, he can't sleep in the guest room because he sleeps with other boys. That's what sleepovers are. Yeah. And she kind of looked at me kind of funny, and I was like, if you want to come by and see the sleeping arrangement, you can come to my house. I don't mind that. I said, but he's not finna be in the guest room while the other 3-4 boys is in my son's room. You know, they playing the game and doing what boys do or whatever. And at first, she was kind of hesitant, but she let him come over, whatever the case may be. And I told my son, I said, look, don't single him out. Just let him just find his way. Whatever game he want to play, let him play the game. Whatever he want to eat, let him pick whatever y'all gonna eat. Just, kind of let him feel his way out. Yeah. And man, he ended up opening up to my son and telling my son that he think his parents are trying to make him gay.
Wow.
Yeah. So I said, so my son asked him about the leotard, the leotard suit, whatever you want to call that shit. I don't know, a tight suit, a track suit, and he was like, he hates it. Yeah. And it's not that he hated it because it fits tight on his body. He the only motherfucker wearing it.
Yeah. Wow.
And even the little girls don't wear that shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, when they go like national championship, they get the little suits or whatever, whatever the case may be. I get all that. At regular ass track practice, that would be like, Honcho, us going to football practice, and they got a nigga out there wearing full specs and shit, pink specs. What the fuck is you wearing that for? This is football practice. What you come on, bro?
Yeah. Wow.
It's so crazy because the little dude told my son this. I told my son, I taught him, like, don't push, don't ask no questions, let him just tell you. Let him open up to you.
Yeah.
And like, it's to the point where I told my son, if he want to come over, let him come over as much as possible because he needs to see a regular household.
Yeah.
He needs to see this shit because if we don't lay this foundation down, he gonna feel what they doing to him is the right thing. Mm-hmm. And I was like, don't tell him that to not ask him with a little tracksuit. Don't tell him that. Let him ask his parents on his own to start making him wear that shit. But how crazy is that, y'all?
That's wild.
I'm all for anybody who love their kids to listen. In my personal opinion, some gay parents is better than no parents. You feel me?
Yeah.
Having people who care about you means more than having a traditional family. That's my personal opinion. Not saying it's the right thing, but what I'm saying is some of these kids have come in such bad upbringings to where it's so much better than being an orphanage. It's so much better than being a foster home. You know what I'm saying? But don't push your fucking beliefs on your kids, man.
Wow.
We ain't talking about D Wade's son. We not talking about a multi-millionaire parent. You know what I'm saying? These are regular parents. So your kids are getting laughed at. And like he tells me all the time that the little dude say he get laughed at. I haven't seen this for myself, but during track season, the little kid be having his hair dyed different colors. Mm. What the fuck is that about? Don't no little boy want no green hair?
Hell no.
You see what I'm saying? Like because he's good in the sport, they want to bring all his attention and use this as a way of pushing their agenda onto this little dude. Come on, ain't nothing cool about that shit, man. Then you was mentioning about the pedophiles and shit. Now, when them little kids out there, bro, you don't know who coming to that track. Exactly. He got a little body all out in his little suit, man. You don't want to bring type of attention to a little kid like that, man. They already be going through shit. That's the fucked up shit I be talking about. That's the fucked up shit with this agenda they pushing upon us. And if a lot of people gonna say, oh, ain't no LGBT agenda. It's probably not in America. To white people and Asian people, but to niggas, oh, it's definitely an agenda. It's definitely an agenda. It's definitely an agenda. If you believe that shit, you need to open your eyes. Just walk outside and open your eyes. They got more niggas walking around twisting than I've ever seen in my life. Every last customer service spot I go to has a gay person on the forefront. Yeah. Cashier, the nigga ringing up the groceries, the person when you go to the AT&T, everywhere you go, that's on the forefront.
Yeah. Any nigga that ain't feminine, he got to work in the back. He gonna be doing something, lifting some boxes. They don't put masculine type dudes in front of the people. They find a way to put them in the background.
No. We got to go unload the boxes. We got to go unload the TVs at Walmart. Mm-hmm. While they got Sugar Bear up here twisting, telling me, oh, well, you know what? I don't think we have any more of that. Look at this nigga. Well, you better start rolling your fucking neck at me, boy. What that bullshit you doing? And I'm telling y'all, man, listen. At this point, I'm at the point where I feel like I ain't nothing wrong with being gay. I keep telling you, I don't understand this shit. I don't understand the pedophilia. But why you push it on to your kid?
Exactly.
Don't push it on to the kid. Jeez, bro. Jeez. I'm never going to understand why a woman would want to go be with another woman who trying to portray and look like a man. And if y'all know anything about gay couples, my first cousin gay, if you don't think about gay couples, they cheat more than regular motherfuckers. They be out there.
Man.
They get it in. You know what I'm saying? So you mean to tell me you gonna leave a cheating nigga to go be with a woman who kind of look like a nigga from a distance, who wear big ass baggy outdated clothes? Come on, man, stop that shit. I don't get it.
We did a little thing, a little research a while back. It was a long time ago then. But shit, even these gay couples, lesbian couples, and bisexual people or whatever, they get abused more than straight couples. They push all this domestic violence in the straight couples, straight community. But they have more domestic violence in their community, in their culture, and all this other stuff. But they'll sell you, though, this is better, this is what you should be doing. When in every aspect almost, it's worse. But yet, they still keep pushing this agenda.
Man, Honcho, so legislation got passed in Harris County and Fort Bend County to where basically if you get arrested for let's say the cops come out for domestic violence, after the first time they come out, somebody has to go to jail. Do you know why that legislation got passed?
What was it?
Man, that was because of the gay couples, bro. They be out there, they scrap, dog. They get out there. They are getting out there, and what's happening is the cops show up to the house. Okay, for example, you and your lady get into it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get to arguing or whatever. You kind of give her a little shove. She hit you upside your head with a motherfucking frying pan. You leaking everywhere. When the cops show up, they taking you to jail. Well, when Sandra and Big Tommy, as they call her, to Lisa, aka Big Tommy, when they fighting, the cops don't know who to take.
Yeah.
So they keep getting called out here. They change their mind. Well, we wasn't really fighting. We just had an argument, and the cops got tired of that shit. The LGBTs what caused the legislation to get passed, man. Them cops got, bro, we got way too much crime in Houston to keep coming out to these people's houses, and we don't know who to take to jail. So you know what they said? When y'all get called out there, after the first offense, and it's been documented, take somebody to jail. Whoever talked the loudest, whoever caused the most problems, take them to jail. They said if both of them yelling, take both of their ass to jail. I'm telling y'all, man, this shit crazy because when you think domestic violence, you think of a nigga up here, hitting his wife with the Tekken combo. That's not what's really going on. There's two women or two, oh my, and I'm not even gonna go in detail with the two men shit. Oh, that shit right there gets, that's where it's at right there. You want to see some fire ass fights? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, dog! I went to law school with a gay couple who ended up getting married. Two gay dudes, real cool cats. Like I studied with them. Yeah. They was cool, like smart people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Man, we went to a bar one night. Honcho, oh my God, gay nigga, two gay niggas, basically in the club dance with other gay people. Now, keep in mind, I'm off to the corner. I ain't got nothing to do with none of this shit. Yeah. We had a regular club. They dancing. They dance with all the girls. You feel me? So I'm just drinking, whatever the case may be. So. One of the niggas who went to school with me started he really just grinding on the other man or whatever. I'm not looking at none of this shit. My homegirl tapped me on the leg and look over here. When I tell you the fight broke out, they hitting each other with bottles. I'm talking about fighting to the death. Oh, these people live together.
Oh shit.
Deeply in love. I think they was engaged at the time. They got drunk. The people here fighting like cats and dogs in here, bro. Blood everywhere. You gotta go. They ain't stopped fighting till the police came and put them in the back of the car. You can't break them up. They scrapping, dog. They get out there.
Yeah.
So for any of y'all who kind of y'all might want to go and kind of dabble in the LGBT, you better be able to fight, bitch. I'm gonna tell you that now, because they get it in. If you can't fight, stick with the regular motherfuckers. Hang with us. We might be boring. It might not be as lit as the gay community, but guess what? Because if you can't fight, you ain't gonna last that long. Them motherfuckers scrap.
Oh my God.
Man, I'm telling you.
Oh shit! I don't even know what to say about that. But man, that's real upset about that little kid though, man. I'm still. That's a terrible thing to hear, man.
And here's the thing, Honcho. I've considered. I told my wife about it. I said maybe I need to have a sit down with the parents and kind of you know what I'm saying. And I'm thinking that maybe by him coming around my son, it will cause him to be like, look. Mama, daddy, however you address them, this ain't right. I don't want to live like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to live like that because my son don't know, and I ain't gonna tell him. I'm gonna let him find on his own because that's definitely a woman. Now, the crazy part about it is, Honcho, she's pretty convincing because I thought it was a man also, a short man, but I thought it was a man. Then I got close and I was like, this a woman.
Yeah.
From my personal standpoint, I think they got to be good parents because at least they invest into their kid. He always got nice track shoes. He go to every practice. You know what I'm saying? They at every practice. So I'm like, okay, let me give him the benefit of the doubt. But come on, man. Your son gonna have enough opportunities to be gay. You ain't got to push that upon him. he gonna have a million opportunities to be gay. I promise you, they gonna make sure he gonna get a chance to get out here and suck a little dick if he choose to do so. If you love your kids, man, that's where the ethics side come on to it. This is where the moral fabric side come on to it. You know what I'm saying? I want my son to play football forever. If he get hurt and get a concussion and tell me he don't want to play football no more, I gotta push it to the side and say, well, shit, he ain't gonna play football no more. It's gonna suck. Yeah. But that you can't push it upon your kids, man. If it's gonna hurt them, don't do that shit, man. That's it for me, man. And for any of y'all who got kids, man, I'm gonna tell y'all this. Just because your kids live a regular life and you are there, you monitoring, man, look around at their friends. Look around at the surroundings they in, because that shit can have a huge impact on your kids. Because that little dude in that little leotard suit out there, man, if I ain't in my son's life, my son might fuck around, come home and tell me he want a little leotard suit. So all I'm telling y'all is, man, keep your eyes open and your head on the swivel, man. Y'all be blessed today.
I really appreciate the call, man. Man, that's tough. But that's tough. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, if you are, you are. But when you have this kind of forcible behavior getting pushed on the kid don't want to wear a leotard. I know no kid asked to wear a leotard. No, I cannot believe it. Like, I just don't see it. But again, it is what it is. Danny B. Moore, what's the motherfucking deal? Glad you could join us this morning. No kid is willingly wanting to go out there to do that. But I'm glad that, you know, like say Mike opened up his home and allowed the kid to kind of be comfortable, and he expressed that. So hopefully after a couple of conversations, he'll be willing to, you know, kind of open up his true feelings to his parents, and we'll see how that works out. What's the motherfucking deal? We got called into the den this morning.
Man, it's your boy Roman.
All right, Roman, what's on your mind, man?
Man, first of all, man, oh my God. Prepaid did not have to say that Tekken combo.
Yeah, that Tekken combo, motherfucker. Like martial law do on Tekken. But, yeah.
Well, it's good that Luke Kane Mortal Kombat on them niggas, man. But, yeah, I've always heard in my life, man, don't fight no gay person because they do anything to win. That means don't bother, get this. I've heard that before. So, anytime I've seen a gay man, gay boy, man, hey, I ain't trying to fuck with you because you do anything to try to beat me, nigga. I ain't trying to kill you.
Man, I ain't trying to take that L. Look at your legacy. If you take that L, it's over for you. You can't go around your normal hangouts.
Yeah.
I heard you got whooped. Oh, shit, man. I ain't want no problem. But
nah, that's an L. You got whooped by a gay nigga? Oh, hell no. All your credit as a man is on. But I'll say this, man. Especially I want to talk about this TV shit, bro, man. Because this 5 months been on a roll, man. You see it. I can't catch a break. Anywhere I go, I see it. You know, it's like that all the time, but especially like that this month. And I wish I could talk to the Nickelodeons, the Cartoon Network, the Walt Disney, the Warner Brothers, the Lionsgate, the Foxes, which Fox is owned by Disney now. All the big businesses, you know, Honcho. I wish I could talk to these and say, when is enough enough? When is enough of pushing an agenda, man? Because, and I'm especially talking to my kids here, because the thing is, what does, a kid watching a cartoon because it's entertainment. It makes them laugh, it's action-packed, they love the characters, all that, man. So it's multiple reasons why a kid might like a cartoon, like colors, you know what I mean? Multiple reasons. And my thing is, what does a gay character, what does as a gay character feel into the story? How does that person impact the story just because they're gay? Well, what does it do? This is what I'm talking about here. This is when some people say, oh, that character means a lot. No, it doesn't. That character is just pushing an agenda, so it's the subliminal messages for kids to see. Because if that character ain't doing nothing in the show and their character is just gay, that means they're just pushing that shit. Because a kid doesn't watch a cartoon because this person is this. God damn it, they want to see some action. They want to see some fight, blah, 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 blah. Whatever a show carries, that's what they want to see. And I'm going to say, I always believe this, man. The liberal agenda has pushed that to the core. Yeah, I know. You and Prepaid over there smiling, but I've always believed that. I always believed John Hammond. And the thing is, it's been pushed to the core, especially by the liberals, man. And this thing is, the LGBT, the movement, the whatever, the agenda is not pushed to white people. It's not pushed to Hispanics. It ain't pushed to Asians. It ain't pushed. No, it's pushed to blacks. Because tell me this, Honcho, how many shows do you know you watch? Right, it's always the best friend that's gay. Or it's always the black gay character. Do you realize in most TV shows it's a black gay character nowadays? You know, it's not a white gay character. It's always a black gay character. You know, and then now and that, how many times you walk down the street, you see a black person that's gay or twerking or fucking tranny. You know, I live by a library, bro. A couple times we went to the library. Tell me why they have a black tranny twerking in front of the library with kids in there. And they on a field trip, man.
Well, that's terrible. That's a terrible.
That's horrible, bro.
Was she looking for a piece of a burger?
Yeah, like how much sex do you have? Like you're a demon, because that's disgusting and that's horrible, bro. But you know, if I kick his ass because I don't like it, guess where I am? I'm homophobic. That's a hate crime. I go to jail. That's bullshit, man. Because what he doing is evil. What he doing is bad. But you know what? Everything is being accepted now. It's accepted just to do anything. Look, I like that. I don't hate gay people. But it's not accepting for them to push this agenda to kids. And you know what's also secretly ingrained into the LGBT movement, agenda? Pedophilia, man. Pedophiles. You know, that's deeply ingrained in there. 10-year-old, 3-year-old children say they transgender? Nigga, their brain don't develop until they're fucking 23. How does a kid know they transgender? How much sense does that make? Because it makes no sense. What's happening is these parents is ingraining into these kids' brain that you are this and you're going to stay this because I want you to be this. And even some straight parents is not educating their kids on not knowing what their kids is watching. They don't know their kids is watching. And then when your kid comes to you a couple years later, I'm gay, you don't even realize there's 1,000 gay characters on the cartoons they watching because you ain't educating your kids. That's a problem. The thing is, okay, Disney is the main coordinate. Disney has motherfucking pissed subliminal messages and in the windows of gay characters for years. You know, now people look, why Disney adding gay characters into their shit? Man, they've been doing that shit for years. You know? And then even a lot of these cartoons, even before they had really gay characters, had picked it into their cartoons. Ren and Stimpy, you remember Ren and Stimpy? They did all that shit. You know, so many, and people were just oblivious to why that shit was even in there. You know?
We don't leave Ren and Stimpy out of this.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, that's the number one agenda to me. And there is no ethics in that. There is no right in pushing something on the children, on a child to where they're so innocent and they're so ignorant to where they don't know. There is no right to that. There is nothing. There's none but wrong. You know, and it's not just that. Moving on from that, man. I've been going a little long, but I'm gonna say the last thing I'm gonna get off this line. Man, I told you I didn't like Elizabeth Warren, bro. I still don't like that bitch. And they got her ass on some stupid ass BET special saying, you know, is it hard for Black Americans to get can Black Americans get the American dream? Is it hard for Black Americans to get the American dream than white? And this bitch go over here and say yes, man.
Yeah, because that's what's wanted to be heard, man. And again, it's easy to say these things in certain demographics because then it makes you sound like they're relatable. They understand.
Yes,
you know.
Agree. It makes it like I've been through struggle. Elizabeth Warren, you've been rich all your damn life. You know how long you've been in politics? I've been in politics for 20, 30 years. You've been governor of Massachusetts for shit, all I can remember. I mean, what you know about the struggle, bro? And I want blacks to realize this, man. I especially want blacks to realize this, man. They love politicians, love to fucking do that. They love to say, they never say the good of black people. They never think, black people improving this. Man, let's help are built on or built to better this. No, let's talk about all your problems. You have no fathers in the home. Oh, the American dream is hard for you. You're living on welfare. And niggas and black people don't even do their education about niggas. Do you know there's more white on motherfucking footsteps than black people? People don't know that. You listen to CNN and the news is gonna make you believe there's more. It's more niggas. Okay, so the thing is, niggas don't educate themselves. That's another form of agenda. Nigga, non-education, bro, especially with the liberal agenda. CNN, MSNBC, all of them do a great job of doing that. So all I'm saying is, man, I'm not about to stay woke because that shit has a secret agenda within itself, man. I want you. I'm gonna use prepaid line. Man, stay blessed, man. Educate yourself about topics that you're questioning about, and man, just watch out. That's all I gotta say. It's your boy Roman. I'm out, man. I'm gonna be hurry to get on this line. I've been going too long, man.
All right, I appreciate your call there, Ron.
Man, anytime.
All right. But it's very interesting when it does come to politics because it is always about, the main things they're talking about are criminal justice reform and, some type of either welfare or reparations or something like ploys to, when it comes to black people, it's never about anything else. It's not about other issues that could be more beneficial. But, it's funny. Because I guess that's the only thing that you gotta sell to niggas and they gonna buy that shit. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this morning?
Honcho.
Yes, sir.
The Democrats are losing Roman. Losing Roman.
You noticed that?
They losing Roman. Roman got one foot out the door. That nigga gone. For Roman 18th birthday, man, we gonna get him on MAGA hat. This my nigga got out of here.
They gonna shut the den down. Once Roman leave, they coming for the den. If Roman leave, it's gonna be over with.
Oh, they shut this bitch down. I'm telling you right now, that your ass gonna get censored. Once Roman leave, it's over. It's over. You already got Professor Trill sitting back saying, "Damn, I guess the nigga got a point." Fuck, this nigga got a point. Then you got Roman who literally fought so hard to ride with the Democrats, and then he's like, "Fuck, these motherfuckers just won't do right by me. They just keep on embarrassing me. Lord have mercy. They're gonna have to shut the den down. Oh my goodness. Whew, I don't know what we gonna do. Roman don't want to hear Lizzie Warren telling about how bad he got in America or how she grew up struggling mentally. Because she was poor and black because she was also, Cherokee Indian. So you know how that works.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, look, Roman. If you mad right now, bro, I would highly suggest if you want any chance of hanging with your Democratic partners, for you to not listen to none of these debates in about a week and a half, because it's gonna probably turn your stomach inside out. Stay away, Roman. Stay away. You don't want to be called a coon like me and Honcho, bro. You don't want to be Uncle Tom. Somebody called me Jimmy Crow last week. You don't want to be Jimmy Crow.
Man, I ain't tell you. Did you hear what I got called yesterday? I'm a CIA agent now.
Oh, see, I missed it yesterday. For Father's Day, my wife, she tied me up for Father's Day. She do right by me.
Okay.
So it ain't good like that every day now, y'all. I want to be clear on that. You ain't getting it like that every day. But for Father's Day and your birthday, they get nasty for you.
Hey, you got to get it right.
You a CIA agent?
Yeah, I'm a CIA agent. Yeah. So I didn't know. I lost my badge or something along the way. I don't know what happened, but yeah, I'm a CIA agent now. It only took them 1 minute to identify that I'm a CIA agent. So. That's
So okay, now I wasn't in the den, so I'm gonna have to guess about this. Mm-hmm. The last black person they called a CIA agent was Malcolm X. Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing that you must have said some shit that niggas did not like.
Yeah, talking about old buddy from Memphis. That's what they.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm
so you trying to infiltrate the black culture because you're not really black. So basically, you infiltrate the black culture to bring them down from the inside out.
Yeah, that's what's going on. Because I'm trying to get what they say. I'm trying to get black folks complacent so that the police can shoot them or something like something they were saying. I forgot what it was. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm an agent now, so You know, I guess I'm a field.
Oh, I love it. I love it, bro. I watched the video. I was gonna send it to you last night, but I got yelled at for for playing on my phone and stuff last night on Father's Day. I watched the video last night, Honcho. These niggas are knocked out the reporter.
Yeah.
The reporter who out there in Memphis.
Yeah. I guess the reporter was shooting too. I guess I don't know what was going on. I'm just like,
They laid my nigga down. He out there on the street, shirt tucked in, tie, he sleep. Oh, niggas know that handful. How y'all beat the Memphis police when it was the U.S. Marshal shooting them?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Just misplaced. I don't know what's going on.
So then the lady, I watched the interview. The lady was trying to explain to me that what Memphis police who did the I don't die. Lord have mercy.
Man, I don't know what's going on. That's what I say. It's just craziness, but they gonna do what they gonna do, and they gonna justify one way or another. But man, I don't know.
Let me tell you something, Hans. And this is a part of growing, and it's a part of it's always gonna happen this way. The more you grow, the more knowledge you acquire, the more names you are going to call.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you this now. You need to go in and prepare yourself. Soon, I give it about in about 6 months. I'm projecting you to get around 6,000 to 10,000 subscribers. When you get to the point, they're gonna erase your whole past. You have never been in any type of trouble. You're not from you don't know nothing. They're gonna tell you how your life is so great. I'm telling you, I'm just preparing you now. So when they get here, I don't want you to be acting surprised and shit.
Okay.
Coon, Honcho, you trying to separate the black people. Them white folks and them crackers. Oh, this is the best one. You let them crackers fill up all that shit in your head. So you need to go ahead and prepare yourself now. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna lose Roman and Jake Dizzle. We lost them too. You're gonna be Captain Coon. I'm gonna be Jimmy Crow. So you need to go ahead and prepare yourself. So we gonna come together and be the Avengers. All right?
Yeah. Okay. I told my old lady, like I said, before I put that. I said, man, when I get this video, there'll be so many coons. I was an Oreo. I was all kind of shit. I was like, damn, I ain't ate some Oreos in a long time.
And just so you know, Honcho, your old lady finna be white very soon, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm waiting on that. She'll love that.
Yeah, that she gonna be the Rachel Dolezal. She looks dark, but really she's white.
You heard Rachel Dolezal is bisexual now too. She had to get some.
Oh my goodness, Lord have mercy, take my legs. Woo, Jesus.
That pride one. She need, pride. She couldn't let pride go by without getting, dipping her toe into that. So she's trying to get all the attention where she could. I'm just like, man, this.
Oh, hey, listen. I told y'all when I first started calling, gay is the new black. If this black shit don't work out for you, get on the gay train. Rachel is smart as fuck. When y'all stop letting Sean King cut his hair low like T.I., y'all gonna realize that he a cracker too. And the funny part about him is, I think he's married to a black woman, so I don't know if he's gonna come out and turn gay, but the window is open.
Oh yeah, because he pushes some little pride shit too. So he probably didn't allow that avenue. He gonna leave that open for opportunity. If it's more opportunity going down there, he gonna take it.
And he went to Morehouse, so he may have sucked a dick or three in his lifetime. I'm not gonna rule it out. He is one of Atlanta's finest. Y'all be blessed.
That's a bad prepaid. Man, y'all seen that shit yesterday, man. Rachel Dolezal is now identified as bisexual. You know what I'm saying? So, again, these are the agendas that are being pushed. And I'm not saying, like, look, if you are gay, then you're gay. It is what it is. But it's just like, I don't understand why it seems like it's getting younger and younger in which they're trying to introduce this to the kids. Like, my point is this, period. I don't believe in pushing any type of sexuality to children. That's the parents' job to have these discussions at what age they see fit and appropriate. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, once you start getting 12, 13, then look, you done waited too late, because these other little kids talking and saying and doing all this other stuff. But I think in that you got from when they're born to about 10 to operate in your own method before society really starts infiltrating. Because once you start getting to 13, that's PG-13 movies and shit. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we have called into the den this morning?
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Miss Rashid, how are you doing this morning?
Oh, I'm okay. I'm okay. I need to talk.
Yeah. Look, you want some of mine? I got a little bit left.
Yeah, I take. What kind you drink?
What is this? This Starbucks Pike's Place? Something like that.
You know what? I ain't never had Starbucks. I need to check them out one day.
Yeah. We get the little beans and shit. Like, I don't go to the actual Starbucks. I just get the little bags and throw them in the coffee pot. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyway, I just think that a lot of it is we just scared to have these people, gay people calling us homophobic. So we just letting them just do all this extra shit they got going on now. Now I don't have a problem with gay people per se, but I have a problem when you pushing that agenda on the kids. That's where we got to stop, and we got to fight back because it's doing too much. I mean, putting that message in the cartoons and everything. I mean, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with that.
What they doing is just recruiting. That's what they doing.
Okay.
They don't want to run out of gay people, so they trying to catch them while they're young and impress them to confuse, even now, I'm starting to see these rainbow clothes in the store for the kids' eyes and everything. And then they make them cute, with the little rainbow colors and everything. And then I seen shoes with the little rainbows on them and everything. They making the clothing attractive, you know what I'm saying, to the kids.
Yeah, that's crazy. So what did you think about the call where Prepaid mentioned earlier, where he said, about the kid that his son runs track with, and his two moms trying to kind of pushing that on him? How do you feel about that?
I definitely feel like that's wrong, but at the same time, I feel like if he approached them in that way, they gonna not want their kid to go to his house, so they gonna feel like he's homophobic. So the best thing he can do is just continue what he doing. Just try to, I don't want to say influence the child, but just try to, be there, as a better role model. He need a role model in his life. A black male role model. I mean, Prepaid may not be the best, but he's something.
Well, damn. That's a subliminal shot there, a little slick shot there, huh?
There wasn't no slick shot. We know Prepaid be cool and shit. I mean, it is what it is.
Why you gotta be cool then?
So if he leave that part out, then he'll be okay.
Why?
He the one said he was a coon. You didn't hear him say you didn't hear him say he was a coon.
He was a coon.
And he trying to recruit you to be a coon.
I've already been labeled. I'm a coon, Oreo, CIA agent. I'm agent Oreo coon. So I'm deep ingrained. I'm in the system now.
He just said he's on man cooning. Okay. He's a recruiter too. He's a coon recruiter. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah.
Okay. So you think
but
that?
I still think he would be good. He would be a good influence in that child's life, though.
Yeah.
Because he does have good quality. So I mean, but if he approached them parents in that way, you know what I'm saying, then I doubt they'll allow their kids to go over there. And the kids really need some guidance.
And so, like, what do you? And that's the crazy thing right there, because you have good intentions, and maybe what they feel like they're doing is correct or whatever it is, but obviously they're not really in tune with what that child wants, and it's almost like they're more so pushing what they want to be represented as opposed to what that kid wants out of life. Like you mentioned, they dyed his hair all kind of crazy colors. Obviously, he doesn't like it because he opened up, I would say relatively quickly and just, the first, night staying over. And, being questioned about if he's going to be sleeping in the room. Well, like, again, it's like they're trying to, he said it, they're trying to force him to be gay. Like, what kind of mentality do you have to want to make your child something, like not to let them be who they are?
That kind of shocked me because I didn't really know that gay parents was doing that. I mean, it's really, I feel a form of child abuse. I mean, it's okay for your child to want to express themselves, but not like that. I mean, if you out here just want your child, I think they just want their child to be singing. That's what I think. Because the leotard attract attention, then the colorful hair attracts attention.
That's yeah. I mean, we say that attention is the new currency. You know what I'm saying?
They gonna have him in those rainbow leotards soon.
Oh man, that's tough. That's tough. And it's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate that if that's not what that child wants, that he's being forced into that. Because even here's the thing: is that even if he himself does not enjoy it, people who don't have that personal interaction with him are going to automatically start thinking a certain way, and he's going to be labeled a certain way. And it don't matter, they're gonna see he got the colored hair, he got the leotard on, this, that, and the third, or his mom's or this way, so he must be, even though that's not what he wants inside, he's like, he's not what he wants. I look, Trio. I've seen like 2 comments. You've been in and out. Like, I don't know, look, I don't be trying to comment and have you texting, you be driving on the road, you're gonna blame me. I hate your motherfucking ass.
But you know what I can see? I can see them pushing that child towards being a transgender.
Yeah.
Cause with the leotard and all this extra shit, I definitely feel like that. They're gonna be asking him, do you really feel like you a boy? Do you not like girl things? You know what I'm saying? They gonna start putting that shit in his head.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the and especially with children so impressionable, and you can kind of children are easily confused, and if you push something to them long enough, it's going to trigger something in their mind. And I'm not saying that everybody's doing it. I'm not saying everybody's forcing their kid to be gay. I'm not saying any of these things. Y'all, they're gonna start talking about Honcho the homophobe. But what I am saying is that if you know your kid is not gay or he does not show these traits or these tendencies, then why force that on him because that's what you want, or because you want to be seen, or again, certain kids are getting attention because that's the new thing, for being gay. Obviously, the kid is talented. He can be a quality track runner or whatever it may be. Don't add all these other caveats to confuse him, to frustrate him. He may want to stop running track because y'all force him to wear all this weird shit, and it makes him uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
you have to think about. I'm sorry. And then you have to think about when they were young, they probably wanted to do that shit. So they feel like, oh, he's young, he might be gay. I was gay and nobody let me do anything. So we just gonna, let him do what Chris said he didn't want to do that stuff. I don't know shit. I'm confused right now.
But yeah, I mean, but you brought up a very good point, though. You brought up an excellent point. Depending on the background of the 2 moms, and they may have been gay for a long time. They didn't know how to come out, or whatever was going on, or maybe some of them came out later. Some of them got converted. Sometimes you have women who just unhappy with men after a couple of tries, and they try out the other side, whatever it may be. But the thing is, maybe the one who's more of the male type, bullish, if you will. Maybe she felt like that. Maybe she felt like that for so long she couldn't come out and she was depressed, but maybe she had these other feelings. Maybe she thinks that's what's going on with the kid, and she may be the one forcing that agenda. So that's a very good point. A very good point. But again, I think you have to talk with the kid. I think you have to, and there's certain ways. So like I think about when talking with the little one, because you can ask the little one something, and she'll just say, "Yeah, I know her." But then you got to look at the reactions, the body language, and everything else that goes with it. You have to understand different children's personalities. Then you got to ask follow-up questions, and sometimes you got to ask 2 or 3 questions to really get the answer of the original question. Because sometimes they don't want to upset you, or they want to say something they think is going to make you happy or whatever. Or they don't want to have you feeling concerned, or so sometimes kids will just say things to their parents. I think you really got to be in tune with the child and what it is that how they operate, and you got to pay attention to certain behaviors. And then some parents don't care as long as the kid's saying what they want, then they fine with it.
But I think they so clouded in the way that they was raised and didn't have the freedoms maybe that they wanted, that they might be doing a little bit too much. That's how I see it.
Yeah. All right, just Sarah, appreciate you coming through.
And I also think that just a lot of the people that control the media probably are gay, so they feel like they want representation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's interesting because I think a lot of people, if you think about it, a lot of people who are gay, they tend to go into the arts, into certain areas like that, theater and so I would assume acting and other fields like that. So again, maybe if they're not actors, maybe they are in the media field, so where they can help control certain messages and things like that. And so it's funny, it's wild.
I mean, I'm not homophobic, but I don't want to see the shit on TV, and I don't want to see it in the kids' cartoons either. So I think it was better when they was in the closet because hey, I just say how I feel. I don't care who you like. Don't be writing me talking about, oh, you homophobic. Don't be fanning me on Facebook or nothing. Talking about, you homophobic, you this and that. I don't want to hear the shit. I said what I said, and that's what I meant.
So you are an oppressor.
I mean, it's too much moving on. We need to organize a protest against this shit. Because they doing too much now. We done let them get a little bit. Now they ready to take the whole damn world over.
This is true. But do you think that's kind of how things work when a person has felt like they've been oppressed for so long and they get the opportunity to, receive equality or leverage the playing field, that they more so try to push for more power instead of equal power, and they try to take over things?
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? They feel like they ready to riot, raise up. Now, y'all better sit all that back down, get back in their cars and shut the hell up. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Y'all coming for kids. And that's a no.
That sounds like a kidnapping.
Exactly. That's what's going on. And we so worried about being labeled as homophobic, we just letting them run wild and do what they want to do, and that we need to stop that shit.
Okay. Man, wait, what's the motherfucking deal? Man, and I agree, but what happens is, and this happens with anything, and that's the crazy shit, because when you have a legitimate conversation with somebody, and regardless of what it is, like when I was talking about the Memphis situation, or the other day we was talking about the transgender situation, in no way have I deliberately gone out and insulted anybody, but just pointing out facts involved in these situations. And then all of a sudden it's because you can't say this or that, or you're homophobic. Why am I homophobic? Because it's like,
it don't matter what you say. Yeah. They're going to say you're against them. Just because you don't agree with their bullshit.
Yeah. And that's the crazy thing about it. Like if I don't 100% agree with everything, like, yeah, absolutely right, and hey, let's go to the parade and let's do all this. Like, nah, I'm cool on that because this doesn't make sense to me. There's a habit of this type of action going on, this, that, and the third. Oh, well, you're just a homophobe. Well, let's have let's talk about it. It ain't got to necessarily be a debate. Explain certain things. I don't have to explain anything. You're just, and then you get all irrational and emotional about you because of your sexual orientation or whatever it may be. And that's what I tell with anybody. Hey, take the opportunity to educate. If somebody doesn't know and they're sitting there willing to listen and try to understand, take that opportunity to educate.
Now, I've been called transphobic and homophobic. I don't give a shit.
Because you're throwing people in the closet. You know what I'm saying? They trying to get out. They trying to
And
pick
I'm gonna
us.
lock the door. I'm gonna put triple lock on that damn door. You damn right. You know I'm right, cause you let people get a little taste of freedom. They just try to take over the world, and we need to rise up against this shit. They doing too much.
That's funny because rise up. That's the Atlanta Falcons message, and then well, we all know about Atlanta.
That's
So,
right, rise up. That's right.
and there go Miss B. As soon as you say rise. Nah, we ain't rising up. We sit the fuck down, goddamn. Don't nobody care about them damn Falcons. You the only Falcon fan on this planet, goddamn it. But
You
yeah,
can't do Miss Meek team like that. That's
man,
my
look,
girl.
man, fuck Matty Ice, fuck Julio, everybody else involved with the goddamn Falcons. Fuck real
Oh, you
Falcons.
wrong.
You know what I'm saying? What's up, buddy name?
Now
What is
you
it?
can say fuck the Patriots because I hate them and I hate Green Bay, so you can say fuck them.
Oh man, we'll fuck them too. We got Patriot beef. They tried to Patriots snitching on the Texans, talking about we was trying to tamper and shit. They snitched on us. They went and called the police on us. So fuck them too.
Man.
But
But you know what? Even in that report you did about the transgender, you didn't say shit transphobic or nothing like that or homophobic. So fuck them people.
yeah, they
That's
gonna
all
get
I
mad.
got.
Yeah, they got mad at it. All right. Well, anything else you'd like to add, Miss Rashida?
Prepaid, why you say I'm homophobic? I ain't homophobic. Shit. I don't know what you talking about. Or you calling yourself homophobic. You say stone me. We ain't stoning you for being a coon. Shit, we still love you, coon. So what's the problem? I can't be homophobic.
See, this is this is why the den is so great. So many transphobes, homophobes, coons. We all come to the den and get it in.
Okay, you call me homophobic, I call you a
Allies.
coon. So we gonna still live in harmony in the den with your coon ass and my homophobic ass. Okay. So we all good. We all good.
That's tough. And LaMel, you ain't lying, man. All R&B niggas from back in the day. That's why they were so in tune with their emotions. That's why the women loved it so much. They was in tune with their emotions and shit. They was making great music. But let's be honest, everybody mad at R. Kelly, but at some point in time, back in the day we used to make the mixtapes and shit like that. At some point in time, you was getting it into a gay singer, So
Yeah, of course. There's plenty of gay singles I like. I mean, but I don't know. They just doing too much right now, and they need to chill out for a minute. They sit down.
yeah. Unless they make good music, then they all right. They can stand up.
Yeah, that's right. Leave the kids alone. Leave the kids after all bullshit.
Yeah. Now, that's my deal, man. Like I say, do what you gonna do. You a grown person. You make your own motherfucking decision. You do what the fuck you want to do. But when you start pushing messages to the kids, and that's with anything. Like that's any type of message with a bunch of sexuality. Because I know there's a show that they're talking about coming on HBO where they're pushing a lot of weird shit on teenagers. It's supposed to be like a teen show or something, but it's supposed to be a lot of adult situations going on. And again, like I say, they're trying to make this shit more and more legit. And the thing is, it seems like it's ramping up. Like it used to be a lot of slow, subtle shit here and there. You talk about one thing, but now it's like you talk about something every other day. That this is going on here, this is going on there, this TV show or this music or this person or all this shit is just like more and more and more, because it's like I guess it's time to go full speed with it. I don't know.
But like I had been said, that gay was gonna become the new black. They gonna want to have the first this and everything. The first gay this, the first gay that, the first gay blah blah blah. They already intertwined themselves with the black struggle so much. Now it's the gay struggle. We want representation too.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Very good point about that. Because it's very closely aligned with the civil rights movement. So that's why I think they use that.
That's what we went wrong, letting them align themselves with us. So you should have never done that. Now they trying to, because they align themselves with us, they trying to recruit some of us. Because it was black gay people out there, but now they just took over the whole Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Whole damn city about gay. You know what I'm saying? Hot Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? And it's too much. You know what I'm saying? It's really too much.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And I agree, Shannon, what happened to innuendo and subtlety. And that's the thing. You know, if that was who you are, then you would pick up on the subtleties or the innuendos. Or if you were an adult, you would pick up, okay, that means that character's gay or this, and this. And that was that. Now it's like full blown flamboyancy. You know what I mean? And that's what it's all
Right,
about. You know?
right. What happened to discretion and discreetness?
Mm-hmm.
Now we want the kids to come out at 8, 9, 5 years old,
Shit,
6 years old, and say
shit,
they gay. Your
shit.
man ain't even all the way developed. You don't even know what the hell you want.
Mm.
So what are you talking about? Oh, my child came out at 6 years old. Huh?
What
Both
kid?
you and your child need to be at the damn fact catch.
Yeah.
Because you influencing that child. You know what I'm saying? Where they get these images from?
I
Where
mean,
all this stuff coming from?
you letting your kids do too much, see too much, and again, you know, but
Now I don't even feel comfortable letting my nephews watch cartoons no more. I got to sit. Do I have to sit there with them
yeah,
to see what's on the cartoons now?
yeah,
Shit, they be sneaking this shit in when you ain't watching. You think your kid's cool just sitting up there watching Saturday morning cartoon, then you
no,
walk in and see two cartoon figures, because I don't even know what they be calling themselves. They be all looking all different kind of ways.
yeah,
You see them on the screen getting married and shit.
yeah,
What kind of shit y'all on?
yeah,
That kind of shit upset me. Kids used to just be able to be kids. They
yeah,
sit in front of the TV on Saturday morning. They eat their cereal. They watch their cartoons. And you cool. Now you got to sit up there, I guess, and watch it with them.
yeah. See,
Make
look,
sure they ain't influencing your child. Then now your child got to come to you asking you questions.
yeah, and they're forcing that conversation. You know, they're forcing that
Exactly. And that's
conversation.
not their job. You don't force no conversation in my house. That's up to me to decide when I want to introduce that to them. And then they talking about putting shit in the school, class and in the school. For what? That's not your job to do that. Kids have to be taught things on a level that where they can understand things, not because you want to get your agenda out there, or because your household is gay. So now everybody else got to talk about gay homosexuality in their household.
Yeah, that's yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where it ends. I don't know. So it's tough.
Nah, we need a riot. That's how it needs to end. Goddamn. Cause I'm about tired of this shit.
Man, I don't want to ride. I'm not looking. Y'all gonna ride against the gangs. I'm not gonna be with y'all. Prepaid told y'all them motherfuckers can fight. Look, y'all gonna have this.
Prepaid, you bring your coon ass on too. You ain't standing with nobody.
Look, I
Damn
ain't.
coon, and you stop recruiting Honcho to be a damn coon. He was cool before he started letting your ass in the den. He needs to put your ass out. That's what he needs to do.
We gotta have some
You didn't
balance.
start cool until you come in here with this bullshit and be lighting the line on fire every time you call.
Look, I ain't got. Look, I'm not a young man no more. I got to get my endurance up before I go. Before we have any ride. Look, y'all got to give me at least 6 months to a year advance notice before the ride's gonna take place. I got to get into training. You know what I'm saying? I gotta train. Cause look, there's gonna be a lot of fighting. I'm telling y'all, and they gonna
It
take.
is your fault, Prepaid.
Look, they gonna.
It's all your fault. All that cooning and shucking and jiving. Yeah, you called.
Man, but I agree with what Turf Walker just said, man. Let me
What's
tell
that?
that a lot of females have fueled this abominable homosexual agenda. Like there are a lot of
And
women
I
who
hate that
encourage that.
too. I hate that too because I see them. I see them, and it bothers me. They be like snapping their fingers with them and all they dancing with them and shit.
Call
You
them
doing that
girl
until
and
you
doing
get
all
your
that
man.
stuff. Yeah.
Right, you doing that until he gets your man. So you have your man at his house.
Oh my goodness.
Then it ain't gonna be so nice to me.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. That's terrible. Yeah. But that's what
No,
I'm saying.
they do promote the shit too much. They need to cut that shit out.
And then the first motherfuckers they fighting is y'all. Is the women that.
Accept is one thing, but encourage and promote is another thing.
Yeah. That's the crazy
That's
thing.
your competition you promoting.
That's
Hell,
tough.
they be twerking in front of your man and shit. Next thing you know, you manly. And you see him and her out and about with your dumb ass.
That's
Introducing them around your man and shit, girl. You better cut that shit out.
that's terrible.
You gotta look at them just like the competition, shit.
Mm, mm. That's tough, man. That's tough. Look,
Prepaid, you know you damn well you can fight. You got all them gun bring no, don't bring no guns. But
mm,
I'm saying I talk all that coon shit, you better be able to fight, back it up.
we all going to jail. We are
You
we
going
are
to the jail.
we going to jail. We are creating a hate crime here. We all going down. This is terrible. I'm not participating. I'm not fighting the gays. Hey, uh,
Anthony, since you want me off the line, come hang up my damn phone. I'm sick of your ass anyway. I ain't never liked you. Shit, this your month, so why you ain't out celebrate now?
mm, well now, you going to jail now. That was one of the greatest videos of all time. Uh, yeah, man. That's crazy. That's crazy though. But why do you think all these companies didn't start getting involved with this stuff? Because all these companies have turned their
It's just about money.
it's
That's
about
all it's about, money.
okay, okay.
Well, since people don't want me on the line, I'm let you go.
Well, Miss Rashida, I appreciate your call and I thank you for calling in and sharing your thoughts on today's topic.
All right,
All right, get you some coffee.
all right.
All
Bye.
right. Man, look, who was that? Who was that? Used to have Sagat, whatever. Used to have that tiger uppercut. That nigga had perfect form, nigga. That shit was the bus driver. That nigga should be a national hero. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's tough, dog. That nigga tiger uppercut. That nigga unloaded everything. That boy, he was waiting for that. I'm telling you, that man was waiting for that day to motherfucking be execute. He was waiting for that day to execute, man. Oh no, they know that nigga. That nigga there's cool. They got all kind of probably got a fucking raise. She got a raise, but he probably got a raise for that. Man. Oh, that's tough. That's tough. That's y'all live. This community is so toxic. Y'all are toxic. I can't fool with y'all. Y'all are toxic and corrupted. But here's my deal, man. Oh, wow. Female pimp, I feel sorry for your experiences. But okay, who we got calling in? Who we got calling in? What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this morning?
Good morning, dear folk. It's Shannon.
Shannon, how are you today?
I'm doing okay. I'm just getting over a cold.
Oh, cold. You gotta drink some orange juice, get you some chicken soup. You know what I'm saying? All that good shit. You gotta, follow the procedures. But what's on your
I'll
mind
get
today?
sick with a cold. I go to my mama's house.
No, she gonna scare the cold away? She scared me.
She's gonna take care of me.
She gonna pull that knife out, cold gonna disappear. So what's on your mind? Like, how do you feel about today's topic?
uh, so far I agree with everybody.
Okay. But see,
I agree with everybody.
now it's very
And
interesting from your perspective because you said that
that's funny
you have
though because I got called transphobic by somebody I know.
And why did they call you that?
Because I've known this guy. His name is Will for like years, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, he says that he's transitioning into a woman. And he asked me if I would. He asked everybody a question: would they ever date a trans person? And I said no. So he got mad. And he started saying that I was blatantly attacking the transgender community and that I was transphobic because I said transgenders are not attractive to me.
Man, you know, that's real odd that that's a thing, because I saw a video where they were saying that if you are, you know, if you're a straight man and you're supposed to like transgenders and like all this other shit, like it
I
was
know because they think they're women.
it's
They have it in their mind that they think they're women, so they think that they have the procedures, the surgery to look like a woman. You should automatically like them because in their mind they're women, even though they're biologically not a woman.
exactly.
So you get called transphobic, and he called me transphobic. So I was like, okay.
Man, the thing about it, oh man, yeah, Genuine did have that situation, but that's my thing. Is like, here's my thing, man. What is any difference between, you know, some type of, sexual assault when it involves a biological man and a woman, as opposed to a transgender deceiving a man or attempting to deceive? If that's not what I want, hey, I got my own dick I can play with. I don't want shit you got. Regardless of all that other, you know, augmentation.
Like, did you see all that bullshit that Genuine went through?
Yeah.
When he wouldn't let a transgender person kiss him, and then he got attacked by everybody.
Yeah.
He got...
Yeah, fuck y'all.
The LGBT community went after him.
Man.
And were calling him transphobic because he wouldn't let a transgender person kiss him.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. And everything, Nikki motherfucking Nicole. I was thinking that earlier in the conversation too. But look, man, that's what I'm saying. Like,
and these agendas are being pushed because the media, the companies, these corporations, they making bank off of pushing a mass paranoia and a mass hysteria on groups of people. Like, they got transgenders and they got the LGBT community thinking they about to have their rights stripped away.
Yeah. That out there. Tearing some shit down. But yeah, and that's the thing. It's just like, it's crazy. So why wouldn't you date a transgender person, Miss Shannon?
Because I don't want to be with somebody who's transgender. Why would I want to be with a man who is feminine like me?
Oh, I mean, hey, you know, y'all could go.
I don't want to share clothes with him.
You could go get your nails done together. You could.
No, I got that. I do that. I do that enough with my gay friends. And the funny thing is, even they said they would never date transgender.
And that's
funny because other LGBT people said they would never be with a transgender person.
So I got a question. This is good because you just brought a point, and I think about that conservative versus liberal thing that Vice did with the black conservative liberal and the one gay guy always the liberal gay guy would always say LGBT everything, and then the conservative gay guy was like, no, I'm just a gay guy. I'm not with the whole rest of the stuff.
Yeah, that's all you are. You are just a guy who happens to be attracted to other men. That is what you are. That is not you.
Yeah. So
as a person, that's just how you live your life, your lifestyle, and it shouldn't be pushed on anybody.
Yeah. So my thing is like, should they be separated individually, or do you think that they put all the letters together to make it a more powerful group because they would be more powerful?
They're just
together?
trying to make people into allies. That's all they're trying to do. Mm-hmm. Like the LGBT people, people in that group, they don't see themselves as one big old family. Mm-hmm. They don't. Mm-hmm. Like, you got the lesbians, you got the gays, they think the transgender thing is a whole separate issue and they don't want no involvement in that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this associate, he got even mad. Like, he got even madder when those who are lesbian, those who are gay, even said they would never be with a transgender person. And the one other transgender person that we know said they would never be with a transgender person.
Why not? So why can't like the transgenders get with the transgenders and they can all be happy? You know, you go find you a transitioning woman, you can be a transitioning man, and y'all can just transition into a Voltron or something. I don't know, but you know, my thing is just
I mean, personally, I do think they should date each other because then that solves the whole problem. Everybody's happy. Date each other.
Yeah. Yeah. But Here's the thing, but this is something I have heard though. I have heard that each of these groups, like I've known a lesbian or two, and
Yeah.
they don't like gays, but you're basically gay. You're just a woman, but you're in the same thing. But I've known, like I say, some bullish lesbians, and they like, oh, them dudes, they're fags or they're gays or they talk down on them in a demeaning way. But
Yeah,
you
because a
know,
lot of them think that they better than the gays.
yeah, but it's like
That's
almost
what it is. They think they better them. They think that them being lesbian makes them a lot better than the men who are gay.
yeah, and it's like I say, you're basically the same thing. I've heard them even say like, 'cause I've heard niggas be fuck with, wow, little bitch, whatever. I'm gonna fuck with you. I'll stop being gay, bro. Like, but that's not gay. You're really a woman, and this is a dude. So even though it's a real peculiar situation because you look a little funny, but you still have a vagina. This is a man approaching you because you have a vagina, but you're calling him gay for that. Like that's why I say to me, it's a level of confusion involved in this shit. I think it's a level of like mental. I don't even know what to say. There's some
Gender
mental issues.
dysphoria is what a lot of transgender people have. And like we said before, a lot of it stems from them being abused as kids. Because it comes from the mentality that, oh, if I'm no longer a girl, my molester or abuser will no longer want me as a way to protect themselves, like a defense mechanism. But the media treats it like it's some kind of trend, like it's a fad and everything.
So
Just like the whole bullshit that started with Bruce Jenner. The moment he came out as Caitlyn, it started getting treated like this big old trend.
but my thing is this: so is that actually the underlying cause? I mean, the result of a underlying problem? And maybe there's more molesting and things like that that's going on that are causing these issues. Is that something that we need to be looking at more? So, what do you think it is that is why this is becoming?
I'm
so
sorry, I
prevalent?
didn't hear you. Can you repeat that?
You said gender dysphoria usually happens when someone is being molested, and so they feel like if they change.
Yeah, a lot of it. Like there's a documentary on YouTube right now called "I Want My Sex Back," and it's a documentary by people who live transgender. And it's about an organization that helps people detransition back into, basically being the original gender. And they've talked about where it comes from, where a lot of it comes from. And they were talking about how they deal with millions of people who are transgender every freaking day. And how they try to kill themselves and everything. Especially the people when they have that bottom surgery and they think that, okay, I'm this way. But they try to kill themselves after it. Because all of it is, because most common factor when they dealing with these people is that all these people have been molested as kids. Have been abused, molested in one way as children.
Interesting.
And it's just like how I told you about my cousin, how he was molested by 3 women, so he's saying he's gay. Because 3 women molested him as a little boy.
Well, that's tough.
So he don't trust no women.
Yes. I mean, man, this is gonna lead into a whole different thing. But if you know
But
that's the cause of it,
Huh?
like again, like I say, if you know that's the cause of it, and it kind of becomes a mental thing. Like, can you fight back against that, knowing like, hey, well, the reason I feel like this is because I don't trust women. I feel like whatever. But do you think that there's a way that they can mentally, reprogram or realize that, hey, the reason why I feel like this is because this situation happened and it traumatized me, but in reality, I may feel a different way. Like, or do you think it's just it's too powerful of a mental issue to recuperate from?
I don't think it's too powerful of a mental issue. Because, like I said, I know people who are transgender, and I listen to them when they talk about it, and they tell me these things. And they basically agree with everybody said that it needs to be treated like a mental illness and not something that is a trend, not something that is a fad. It needs to be treated like a mental illness because that's what it is. It's a mental illness. And that's what's wrong with these companies is they're pushing this on children because it's being treated like a fad and a trend and not a mental illness.
All right.
And it gets pushed even harder because they pushing this mass hysteria on certain groups of people that you basically about to have your rights stripped away. You about to go back to a time where you couldn't even be who you were and you would get killed and it would be justified on the street.
So I'm not gonna bring that up. We're gonna say that for another time because I want to know your thoughts on. I'm lying. I'm saying we're gonna talk about it now. I want to know your thoughts though, because is it not? You know, you said that most transgenders they think that they are what they are, but then most men, even though you have these allies and some other weird shit going on, don't believe that. So if you were, because there's a lot of good work out there being done, were duped by a transsexual, and then you found out. What should be the rights of the person who was fooled by this? Should they just have to accept it, or should they have some type of legal repercussion in a situation like that?
That's actually funny that you say that because I've read some articles somewhere that in the UK they sent a bunch of transgender people to prison for rape. They've passed some laws in the UK now that says that if a transgender person does not disclose that is non-consensual sex, and you basically raped that person that you had sex with, and they sent them to prison for 15 to 20 years. And they have to register as a sex offender.
I agree.
And then there was another article about another country that passed that if you do transition, you have to have a special kind of documentation, like ID, paperwork, everything.
Yeah, that's very interesting. That's very interesting. Yeah, I mean, it should be. It should be. And I hate to say it, but it should be, because let me figure out how to word this properly. Because you're different. I mean, it is. I mean, you say what you want to. Most people are not having sex changes or swapping over to the other party or whatever you want to call it. And so if you have, it needs to be known. And I think, when it comes to having identification and things like that, you have to. I mean, you have to, just to be fair to the other party. If they don't care and you show it to them like, hey, I had it, okay, whatever. If they do care and say, hey, you know what, I'm cool on that, have a nice day. Hopefully they don't do something overly aggressive. But again, I think that's how it should be. I think that's how it should be.
You can't just hide the fact that you were biologically a man, all because in your mind you feel you're a woman. You can't just hide that because you're not a woman. You know that you were born a man and that you're not biologically a woman. You can't just hide that or decide that, it doesn't matter anymore because I transitioned, all because you feel like the woman.
Okay. That's I don't know.
And then a lot of women are not really lesbian. They really not.
Yeah. Richard Pryor outed himself a long time ago, and because it was I remember for a few years back, it was
like I know a woman personally who got into a lesbian relationship with another woman, and she damn near lost her life.
Really?
Like, yeah, she ended up being abused worse with this woman than she did with her ex-husband. And she literally almost lost her life.
Yeah.
Because the thinking is that, okay, if I get into a relationship with this woman, I'll be able to defend myself better than I did against that man. No, them bitches will kill you quicker than your man will.
Yeah, I saw that. That's the one I had. Somebody gave me that shit for a birthday party. Oh, not birthday, for a birthday. And I seen that shit and I listened. I was like, that was on DVD a long time ago. But Yeah, and that's what I'm saying too. Like, you know, when you get in these relationships, these, like I said, because the statistics will show you, domestic abuse happens more in lesbian, gay, excuse me, bisexual relationships more so than any other relationships. Like, yes, straight relationships have domestic violence, but there's like a double-digit percentage in each one. I want to say it's the gays are next. Then
Yeah,
the
but the
lesbians are much
lesbians
higher.
have the highest percentage when
Yeah.
it comes to domestic violence.
Mhm.
They have the highest
Yeah.
out of everybody when it comes to that.
Hollywood parties now. I'm cool on that. But yeah, and that's the
Just
thing.
like the transgender community, they have the highest suicide rate.
But why do you think that why do you think that they have the highest suicide rate? Is it because of the oppression and the threats that they claim, or do you think it's more of a
No,
mental?
I believe part of it comes from brainwashing. And the reason why I say that is because you got a lot of these parents nowadays brainwashing their little kids into believing that they're one way when they're not. Like I forgot what fucking talk show I was watching, but I watched it years ago, and it was this dude was on there, and he was talking about why he doesn't have no contact with his mother anymore, and he said his mother, she did all this shit to him, trying to make him believe that he was transgender, and she done fucked his body up, made him sterile and everything, because she was brainwashing him his whole entire childhood into believing that he was transgender. And then when he became an adult, he realized he wasn't transgender.
Mm.
And he had to undergo a whole lot of procedures to try to change his body back.
Mm. Was he an
And
only
she heard
child?
him even, huh?
Was he an only child?
Yeah.
Oh, so you think she probably wanted to have a girl, and because she didn't have a girl, she tried to put that on him?
Yeah.
Mm.
And because when she got on the show, everybody was feeling sad for her, thinking, oh, he just, oh, this poor woman and whatnot. But when he got on there and he explained why he don't have no contact with his mother, he explained why his adopted children will not have any contact with her either.
Yeah, that's tough, man. That's tough, but that's what I say. You know, everything ain't what it looks like. Just because the family may look like the picture perfect nuclear family, you never know what's going on behind closed doors. And so we can't just assume because, you know, hey, in public everybody's smiling happy. Hey, how's it going, Bob? Oh, it's great, Barbara. You know, in exchanging pleasantries. The thing is about it, like, you don't know what's happening. You don't really know what's happening, and there's some twisted motherfuckers out there, man. And so that's
I know. Just like the actress Shirley Theron,
yeah.
she has her adopted son, her adopted black son, and she calls him a girl's name and puts him in girls' clothing.
Yeah.
Yes, she do.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
this kid is being pushed on these little kids. And I've seen a video where there was a lesbian couple and they got a little boy. And they try to make him believe that he's some bullshit like binary queer or something like that. Where they try to make him wear tutus and play with girls' toys, but he throws them away and tears up the tutus. And they try to call him a girl's name. And the little boy... Yeah, and the little boy's 3 years old. He's fucking 3.
That's a whole different level of confusion. That gender non-binary. So that's basically it's whatever I feel like being, and that's why I don't believe
That
in
is
the
some
pronoun.
bullshit.
That's why I won't ever do the pronoun shit, because now what you're saying is, oh well, I just got to guess how you feel today, and then that's how I'm supposed to address you. I'm gender non-binary. Don't do this, this, and this. Like, look, man. You look like a little dude, I'm gonna call you a little dude. You look like a little chick, I'm say, you know, you look like a little chick, it is what it is.
Yes,
man.
that's how I feel. If you're a man or a woman, I'm gonna say no sir, yes sir, no ma'am, yes ma'am, miss, mister, because that's proper etiquette. That's proper manners.
Yeah.
I'm not about to call you 137 pronouns
I can't even
just to have a just to have some type of conversation with you. I'm gonna fucking walk away after that.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather not have. I'd rather. But here's my deal. Most likely, if you have that mentality, I don't want to have a conversation with. It may sound fucked up, but it's not gonna be too much shit that we're gonna have to talk about because your primary focus in your entire life is your sexual orientation, and that's the conversation most likely you're gonna be leaning towards wanting to have. I'm not gonna want to talk about that shit, so we probably don't have to. Gay exhaustion. They've taken over. They've infiltrated. They didn't put their agenda into the dens. But yeah, you know.
Cause they being louder. That's what it is. They the noisy wheel who's getting the oil, while everybody's too fucking afraid to say what they fucking think and feel, and be against it. I'm not saying that you're against LGBT people as a whole. You just against this whole gender that's being pushed. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to add, Miss Shannon?
Yeah, and there's always been like gay characters and whatnot in cartoons, movies, shows, but it was subtlety though. It was innuendo. It wasn't like the characters that were gay. They had something to do with the story, but the story had nothing to do with their sexuality. So you didn't give a fuck. No. And they were still feminine characters and still masculine men characters. And I think that's the problem too, is because they're like, why does a character have to be announced that they're gay every time they're on the screen?
I don't know.
Like, who gives a fuck? Did anybody give a shit that the teapot in Beauty and the Beast was gay?
Word?
You didn't know that?
The teapot in the new one or the old one?
The old one.
I thought the teapot was a female. I gotta go back and look. I don't know.
No, I mean, one of them pots is an old man, and he was gay. Man. Did anybody care that he was gay?
I ain't even know, so I guess it.
Yeah, because that's innuendo and subtlety. They use innuendo and subtlety to establish that this character was one way.
See, I was a little kid when I seen this.
But you didn't care though. You didn't give a shit. Because his character was not, the development of his character was not about that character's sexuality.
Now, was the teapot or was it the candle?
I think it was the kettle. I'm not even sure, because it's been years since I've seen that movie. But one of those characters was gay.
Okay. I don't know. But, yeah, like I said.
No, not the candle. I think it's one of them pots. Like, the candle was a womanizer. He was a womanizer. But it's one of them pots that is an old man, and the old man was like, gay, but you didn't care. Because his sexuality had nothing to do with the story. But they used subtlety and innuendo to establish, okay, this character is one way. You always had that in TV shows and animes and stuff like that.
Now, them animes be a little weird. Sometimes them motherfuckers just be flipping the whole script right in front of you. Look, them animes are questionable. Look, some of that shit is no jack. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, it's Japan. I mean, do you see what comes out of Japan?
I don't want to see what comes out of Japan. I don't want to see what come out of none of that shit. I just want to watch good programming without a bunch of, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. The world is just, it's just.
Like, the point is, you always had characters like that in entertainment. They just weren't blatant with it. And they weren't shoving it in your face or shoving it down your throat. They weren't pushing it to the forefront. They were just, it was innuendo and subtlety to establish that, okay, this character is one way. You didn't care, though, because it wasn't all about what that character is. It was about who they are as a character. Whether you liked them, loved them, or just plain hated them, or felt indifferent about the character.
Okay. Well, I'm indifferent about certain characters.
And that's what it used to be. And I'm like, what happened to that? Like, why do I care? Like, why do I care this character gets on the TV? And they have to tell me they're gay. They have to, like, say they're gay, or they have to say they're a woman. Like, have you seen the Batwoman trailer?
No.
Oh God, they ruined another comic book character. Like Batwoman is a character who is lesbian, right?
What?
But why? Yeah, she's always been a character who's lesbian.
What? I didn't know that.
But the point is, but the point is, they like the trailer. She's like, why does she have to tell me that she's a woman? Why does she have to tell me that she's gay? Why does she have to do that?
I always thought Batwoman was getting that bad dick, so I guess she wasn't with that shit. Damn. Yeah.
And then they're talking about how a part in it where she's like, she's not going to let a man take credit for a woman's job. But she goes to Batman's house, takes his equipment, and uses it.
I don't know. That's
When in the comics, she had her own equipment. She had her own shit. And she wasn't really allied with Batman because she would kill motherfuckers, and Batman's like, he don't use guns.
See, she can't restrain herself. She too emotional. That's the problem, you know. Of course, that's Batwoman.
She's taking Batman's shit and using his shit, but then claiming that she's not letting a man take credit for what a woman does, but you taking credit for what this man already did.
I don't know. Like I said,
And then why does she have to, throughout the show, tell me that she's lesbian and gay, and why does it have to be like that? Who gives a shit?
the agenda gives a shit. It's all about the agenda. Okay. Well,
Like, all I care is if she's a good character. Because if she's trash, I'm not going to watch the show.
yeah, I'm not gonna watch it. You know, you already ruined it for me. I don't even know what it's about. But if I see anything remotely related to Batwoman, I'm not watching that shit. So, thank you for the head.
She wasn't a bad character in the comics. Like, her comic came out in, 2006. And she was a well-established character. But now, this bullshit, they trying to push this bullshit feminist agenda, gay agenda. They have fucked up a character.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't even know she was a character really like that to begin with. But
Because you don't really care because they don't make it about her sexuality in the comics. You don't care.
Nah, I don't give a shit, man. Man, what I don't know. I don't really have anything else to add to that. Is there anything else you would like to add, Miss Shannon?
No.
All right. Well, I appreciate you calling in. It's much afternoon now, goddamn. But I appreciate you calling in early or today.
Okay.
Alright.
Bye.
Adios. Oh, babe, man. It's a lot going on. Y'all is, what is going on? Y'all is on a delete spree. Oh, some of this is quite good comedy here. Y'all gotta let some of this ride. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got called into the den this morning?
What's good, Honcho? J-Mel.
What's up, J-Mel, man? What's the motherfucking deal? What's on your mind today, man?
Yeah, I'm walking around the headquarters of the Elemental Peas.
Oh, be careful. Watch yourself.
I'm over here in San Fran. But I don't know if I know I tell y'all all my crazy personal stories. I don't know if I told y'all this one about the trans situation I had while I was in New York.
About in the club situation?
Yeah, I did tell y'all about that.
Yes, but share this story for the people because I think there's a lot of people who may not know that. Yeah.
So I went to a gay club with my cousin who's gay because I have no problem with gay people. I got a couple best friends that's gay. As long as y'all respect me, I respect y'all. And I had a cousin that was showing me a lot of support, so I went to show him support in his endeavors. Went with him to a gay club because he was throwing an event there. Long story short, we meet this bull dyke chick that's she know everybody in the town. So we end up rolling with her the whole night to different clubs. Well, we end up at this one club, and she introduced me to this chick. She goes, "You straight? He's straight. Y'all should go to the bar and talk." So I'm like, all right, because she looked good to me. She a 10 in my eyes. So we go to the bar. We chopping it up, everything. And she ready to, she ready for action. Right when it was about to go there, my cousin comes up to me and says, "Hey, man, I want to let you know that's a transgender woman you're talking to." I said, "What you mean?" He said, "She used to be a man, but she had surgery. So she got a vagina now. She had her Adam's apple shave. She got breast implants, yada, yada, yada." He said, "What you want me to do?" I said, "Don't worry about it. I got it. I'll handle it." So he walked away. I turned to her. I said, "So you used to be a man?" She very calmly, "Yeah, but I'm a woman now, so it's all good. You straight, I'm straight." No, it don't work like that. That's why I said earlier, these motherfuckers need to give us their rule book, because they playing by a whole different set of rules out here. And like the last caller said, that shit should be, at the least, that shit should be sexual assault for you not to disclose, the fact that you used to have a penis out here.
Yeah.
But at the same time, with my understanding of history, I do understand that at one time, everybody, or there was only black women on this planet at one time. Whether you want to agree with that or not, you can look it up. Women had something called the Bartholin gland, where they could produce sperm on their own. And unlike how we taught, the female chromosome is the dominant chromosome. So with that being said, the man is nothing but a defect of a woman. And sitting there talking to that transgender person, she explained to me the surgery process, and it made me understand they're not cutting your dick off whenever those dudes is getting vaginas. All they doing is flipping your shit inside out, because a penis is already a vagina. Just like it's basically an extended clitoris. So with that being said, that's why I said when she was talking about it being a mental issue, which I do believe in some cases, homosexuality and transgender stuff, that is a mental illness for some people. But with the facts that I just stated, you got to say that some of these people have a hormone imbalance, because we all the same. We just some of us are defects of what was naturally here. So with that being said, I think we got to stop being so judgmental and just let them do whatever the fuck they doing. As long as it ain't affecting us, we shouldn't have to worry about it. But we coming to a point in America where that shit's starting to affect us.
That's what I was going to say. Is that, if they doing your own thing is one thing, but like in that situation where that situation could have impacted you because they were not honest and upfront, and you would have never known had you not been informed.
Correct.
So how many people don't get informed?
Exactly. And what would I have done once I was informed? I probably would have blew her hair smooth the fuck off. And that's what I let her know. The next motherfucker you talk to, you gotta let him know. Especially because I'm from the South. We're not used to that shit. You better let a motherfucker know, because he'll kill your ass.
Man.
But my theory on the whole gay agenda that they pushing, if you look at what's dominating besides the gay agenda, black people are dominating media, sports, entertainment. Everything that we occupy ourselves with is black people shit. And with that being said, it's giving us financial power that we ain't had in a long time. So how do you divert that? You put us on some gay shit. You make gay the new black, which is their turn. That's why they're trying to push that, to make gay the new popular thing. Because we all know everybody want to be black. Everybody want to act black. Everybody want to rap. Everybody want to dress like us. Everybody want to do what we do. So that's why they're trying to change the narrative to take away the power that we've garnered over these past 15, 20 years.
Okay. So that's why you feel like it's primarily pushed that, you know, you see a lot of these black men being the ones impacted by this agenda. They got these people standing out on the forefront of these conversations.
Say that one more time?
I said, so do you feel that's why they have a lot of black men being pushed to the forefront of these conversations?
Exactly. To make us feel comfortable with it, to make us question our sexuality, and to go with it. You know, like if they make it something that's just in our face all the time, and they got our own people, you know, co-signing this shit, eventually, you know, eventually we're gonna just be like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
Because black people don't have hate in their heart like that.
I got hate in my heart. I got hate in my heart. I'm gonna let it out.
Honestly though, Honcho, I think you got some uncomfortableness in there, but you don't hate them niggas.
No, I don't hate nobody. I really don't hate nobody. If
you know what I'm saying?
I don't hate you. But my thing is, I don't like, you know, what's going on and how it's being utilized to impact, you know, people who don't want nothing to do with that shit. You know, again.
Correct.
And that's the problem. It's like, why are you forcing something on us? We're fine the way we've been living, but you're trying to force this new ideology on us, and that's not what we want. That's not what, you know, we seeking. And you try to, what works, you're trying to kind of skew that. So that's my issue with that.
It's, like I said, it's the strip of the black foundation, the foundation of power that we finally built over these past few years with hip hop. Because if you look at black success, where is it mostly coming from? It's coming from hip hop. And if you look at the people that's really successful, they not on the gay shit. Even though they, you know, our own people try to push that shit with the Illuminati bullshit and all that shit. But if you look at the dudes that's really doing their thing, it's masculine dudes that's married, that's got families, that's telling you to be a man. And they trying to flip it to, now they trying to push a young thug to us. Now they trying to push, you know, the baby wearing a diaper, like all this little gay shit.
Yeah,
and it ain't no accident that they doing it through rap, because that's where everybody at right now. That's what these kids listening to. That's, you know, like, they don't give a damn who president. They worry about who the hottest new rapper is. So if you push out a nigga named Young Thug and he act gay as fuck, guess what these little kids gonna do? They gonna act like a young thug that's gay as fuck.
Yeah, they gonna do the same thing. Terrible situation, man. Terrible situation. So do you see it changing anytime soon, or do you think this is the way of the world now?
I think that, man, like I said earlier in the chat, America ain't nothing but the new Rome. And we know them niggas was gay as fuck. And at the end of the day, at the end of the day, they had gay people since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
So, like, it ain't going nowhere. But I think eventually they're gonna have to stop trying to push this shit to us, because we're just not gonna accept it. Eventually, it's gonna come to the point where we all say, "All right, bro, we don't have nothing against gay people, but y'all need to chill."
I think it's gonna happen the other way. I think I forgot what the comment was or where I saw it the other day, but they were just talking about normalizing. If you see something enough, it becomes normalized. You see something enough, you just gonna get to the point where you're like, fuck it, I'm tired of fighting against it. It's whatever. And then it becomes a point where people start embracing that shit. And I think that's where we're at now, because it used to be a lot more pushback against it, even from people you would call more liberal or more tolerant or whatever you want to call it. Now it's just like open embracing. Yeah, push them to the forefront. They need this, and this. It's just like, nah, it's a lot of confusion, a lot of tomfoolery here. I'm cool on that. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and try to stop you from getting what you feel like are rights, but I'm not going to co-sign on any of this shit. I'm not, like I said, I'm not with the ally shit. I'm cool on all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
It is exactly what it is. Everybody entitled to their own opinion. Like, I'm not gonna say I embrace the gay movement, but I don't oppose it either, because it ain't got shit to do with me. That's how I feel about it. just like all the all the wars we done fought over oil and money and shit. That shit ain't got nothing to do with us. We need to stay where we at in America and let the Middle East settle their own problems. Same thing I'm doing with gay people. Y'all settle y'all own shit. Ain't nobody worried about black people. So why should I be worried about y'all? Y'all do y'all gay shit over there. I'll do my black shit over here.
Well, outside of that, man, how's it going in San Fran, man? How's everything out that way?
Shit, it's all good. I'm about to get this job at the airport. Get you a buddy pass. You know what I'm saying?
Catching flights.
Yes, sir. We're gonna go check out that London game.
Oh man, look.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be. Look, I'll be all over London. I'll be drinking in London. I ain't gonna go to the game. I'm gonna be ashamed if it don't go out right. I'm gonna be upset. It depends on the outcome of the first game. We'll figure out how it goes from there. But yeah, that's a BET, man. That's a BET. Well, I hope all goes well, and I hope everything works out for you, man. Anything else you want to add to Lamel?
Man, that's about it, man. I'm glad the Warriors lost. My people are pretty upset. I've been laughing the whole time. You know what I'm saying? But it's everything good over here, Honcho.
Yeah.
What you need to go do is apply for that GM spot.
Man, they gonna fire me. They let Brian Game make it a good 18 months. Shit, I got about a good 6 months because I'm gonna start talking some shit. Bill gonna be out there. We ain't gonna have no coach. We ain't gonna have no DC. I'm firing everybody as soon as I get in that bitch. Everything. Look, we just gonna let the players make decisions. Look, you're gonna have to be coach and quarterback, Deshaun. You're gonna have to figure it all out because we going to this motherfucker. We just gonna try something new because whatever we got going ain't working, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Yeah, it's a tough situation. But shit, that's my call, Honcho. Just want to speak my piece. Y'all take it easy in the den.
All right, J-Man.
All love. All right.
Already. All right, I think it's gonna be our last call for the morning because, like I said, I'm trying to keep it back a little bit close to the 2-hour mark so that got some other content, some things I want to drop, but you know what I'm saying. But we just got a lot of shit going on right now, man, and I don't know. Again, let me give y'all my Springer thought of the day. I think there's a lot of agendas being pushed, period. I know we primarily focus on the gay thing, but I did want to get into some political agendas and some other stuff like that, but it definitely leaned heavily towards the gays and Hollywood and the media. Ultimately, it's a tough position to be in. Because, if you don't say anything about it, then it's allowed to continue on its course, right? But then nowadays, if you do say something about, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that, you get labeled for having an opinion that does not entrench itself within the masses. It's tough. It's a very tough decision. We may kind of maybe get into the political aspect of it tonight because I did want to get more so on that. Yeah, it is taking over, but the situation is dire. Because the thing is, it's going to impact the kids, it's going to impact the youth, and that was my primary issue. We started kind of going a little bit more far-fetched. My deal was how they're pushing this agenda towards the kids. But it started getting a little wild there. Bet. That's a bet. We can talk a little politician. We can talk a little politicals tonight. But you have to say something. If you disagree, you have to speak on it, because I think if you just if you sit idly by and don't do anything about it, then certain groups are going to have their way, and then before you know it, it's going to become much more prevalent than it ever should have been. So my thing is, we have to get into some real discussion. We have to talk about some real things. And tonight we will. So expect the conversation tonight to be leaning towards political agendas. All the gay is left in the day, and we're gonna leave it at that. And yes, we're going to talk about some of these deleted messages, because it is a significant amount, and we gotta cut some of that out, whether we agree or disagree, and we gotta talk about it. But all right, I'm gonna check you out. I got it on the phone. But like I said, it is okay. Wow. Wow. Yeah, we're going to talk some shit tonight. We're going to talk into it. We're going to talk about it. And y'all going to understand why I feel personally the way I feel about certain things. And I think that other people are going to be more than willing to speak about this stuff. We got to start removing some emotions from the conversations and look at things for what they are and why they are. But we'll get into that tonight. That's tough shit. That's more Kombat don't have no skimpy club. Yeah, what happened to that, man? Soul Calibur was live. But hey, look, man. I don't even fucking know. It's so much going on right now. I don't know what to think. But we're going to talk about it. We're going to discuss it. I'm finna go in and get some grub because it's in my eating window now. And I'm gonna go finish off the last of this King Ranch casserole. And yeah, pretty much. They just play it's a concert. It's a whole joke. It's a whole it's a clown show, man. And the more I see the shit, the more it pushes me into the other direction. Like, the more I see the shit, the more it's just like, how the fuck do you not see the shit? Like, how do you not interpret that, what's going on? You can't make you don't got no King Ranch capabilities. But it's like, come on, man. But we'll talk about it. I'm deflated by certain things at this point, man. You getting 3,500, but see, you be putting in that work, so you can do that. I might throw a little hoe ass workout in here and then call myself doing something. Yeah, we're gonna have some sauce tonight. Definitely drop some sauce tonight. So that's why I say I gotta go ahead and wrap it up, because I got 2 or 3 videos I want to do for the den. I got a couple of sauce videos I want to do. Like, I really want to ramp it up. Like, in this last week or so, I kind of slacked off. But if y'all understand, y'all gotta understand right now. With the sauce, I'm playing an elaborate troll right now. Y'all will figure it out. Y'all will understand eventually. But I am working in an epic troll with the sauce right now. Y'all will understand eventually. The den, I just fucks with y'all. I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. Get your meal, get your steel, get your pimping, all that other good stuff on. Hey, let me do the proper protocol before we slide up out of here. I thank y'all for watching today. I know today was tough. It was a lot of other stuff going on. But we'll get more legit. We'll get more political this evening. And discuss what's going on and why things are the way they are. Weekdays, 10 a.m. Central. nightly, 10 p.m. Central Time. They probably went, well, y'all let y'all desk working. Well, y'all making them faces. What's going on? Did show shop, man. Get you one of them mugs. I can point the wrong way like every time. All that other stuff. Hey, man, I'm telling y'all gonna understand it because the funny thing, I don't know if y'all follow on Twitter, but that particular character, I've had him muted, so I don't even pay attention to nothing. I don't see anything he says, so it's super funny. I just like everything. Wow. Damn. I'm finna check that out. I just like everything that anybody says, apparently, because I see a little thing that says this tweet is muted because you don't follow this person. So I just like everything around it. I don't even know what's being said, but it's hilarious to me. Y'all be careful out there in D-Town, man. Y'all be careful. I'm finna look into that right now, see what's going on. Follow the Den Show on all the proper socials. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Den Show Live everywhere. Den Show Live at gmail.com. Personal social medias, Ed Honcho HTX on Instagram and Twitter. Yeah, y'all be careful, man. Y'all be, whoa. What is going on here? Y'all know some other shit. If you want to donate to the channel, you make one-time donation, streamlabs.com/The Den Show. And patreon.com/The Den Show. Shout out to James, Stina Story-Eye, Diana, Betty, Dan the Man, and Miss Goya. I appreciate all of y'all. So shout out to Coach, babe. And I'm finna, and I appreciate you for that. I'm finna do that too. That's what I need to do. That's what I need to do. Yesterday I was Father's Day ended up. I was slacking, but I'm gonna put that in there. I appreciate you for that. Really do. I really do. So thank you for that. That's gonna be a big help. But hey, man, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. Y'all go to lunch or something. Go chill. Whatever it is y'all doing. I'm gonna catch y'all on the flip side tonight at 10. But look for some more content on the channel today. And with that being said, I'm out. Yeah, y'all be cool up there. What y'all eating good for lunch? You know what I'm saying? Wow, niggas shooting up the federal courthouse. They don't want their people to go to. They don't want their people. They trying to delay the trial or some shit. I don't know what the hell going on with that. That's tough. That is tough. Yo, it's yeah. I think I gotta put Shannon. Shannon might have replaced Miss Lady Liz as the biggest freak in the den. I gotta change that. We'll see. I'm going. Y'all be cool.